Hello, Cherie Hanson here, trying my new scarves out. Found them at the Women's Shelter thrift store. It's a double pleasure because they have so many fun things. And secondly, the money goes to shelter women who are in a dangerous or physically abusive environment. So it's a win-win. I wanted to read to you again from the Book of Awakening. I'm finding it very useful. It's one of those things, as I grow, as I study more every day, I will find something that just kind of elevates me from where I was to a new vantage point on the hill. And this is one I bought, I would say 10 years ago. And as I'm standing by the bookcase, I look at it and go, oh, I think I need to study that again. So this lesson is called To Hunt or Hide. They're doing a burn around Kelowna, and the result of it is that I should have a mask over just my nose so I can catch all the irritants that are flushing out. Sorry. Yeah. To hunt or hide. If to hunt or hide is twin-edged madness, then faith's the courage to risk and receive. I close my eyes and am impaled by the light. That's by Robert Mason. We spend so much of our time on earth running after or running from. In our want of love, we chase after someone or set ourselves up as bait. In our dreams of success, we hunt after goals and hide from what we or others perceive as failure. And none of the strategizing to land a job or the hiding in order to prevent being heard can reward us with peace or protect us from life. I wasted so many hours, not just in trying to get published, but in hunting for the right publisher. That rings a bell. That would make me feel worthy in the eyes of others. None of that effort, even when successful, brought me any closer to the pulse of life that writing uncovered for me in the first place. I like that, the pulse of life. We often fantasize in secret, imagining that life is better elsewhere if we could just get there. We often work harder in our dreams than in our life. We tend to do this with our want for a more satisfying relationship. We imagine that somewhere outside of the life we are living, there waits a man or a woman who will alleviate all our pain and all our numbness. So we hide our dissatisfaction with the life we've created and secretly hunt for an imagined cure for what it means to be who we are. Isn't that beautiful? We want to cure who we are. As Robert Mason so wisely infers, our recourse to complacency and unhappiness is not to hunt for bigger game or to hide our deepest hurts, nor is it to move our inner furniture to another town or bedroom. Our greatest chance to change our life is to close our habits of mind and to open our ever virgin hearts. The exercise that is offered is close your eyes and breathe slowly. Imagine that what wakes in you has lived there forever. I love that. It's been there forever. And that it wakes within a soft and resilient casing of tissue that will take you wherever you want. That you have these delicate surfaces through which to feel wind, to see light, and to sense the spirit of everything else that has lived forever. So getting to a place where you, what I call, reside in the now, instead of hunting, instead of chasing, instead of hiding out of fear. Both of those are fear-based actions. But learning to reside in the now is so comfortable. Please subscribe to my videos. So many of you have, and I really appreciate it. Thumbs up or a comment is really appreciated. What about your story of finding how you can reside in the now and find the softness of comfort? Do you want to share that? Other people would benefit. Get a hold of me for card readings or psychic channel reading. I work as a life coach with people all over the world, and I have, 70 years of studying to be able to offer you. That's a lot of gathering, hunting and gathering. And I want to especially thank you for slowing down to view my video today. I appreciate you.